Hello students. Next we are having this waterfall model in practice. We have seen in a theory how they are implemented. Okay, coming to the in practice, we are having so whatever the advice of many software experts and the theory behind the waterfall model, some software projects still practice the conventional software management approach only. Okay, however, because its use is declining and was far more prevalent in the past. Okay, so it is useful to summarize the characteristics of the conventional process as it has typically been applied, which is not necessary as it was intended. Project designated for the trouble frequently exhibit the following symptoms. Here we are having five project symptoms. They are very important in this practice. First one, uh, protracted integration and late design breakage. Second one, late risk resolution. Third one, requirements driven functional decomposition. Fourth one, advertiser stakeholder relationships. Fifth one, focuses on documents and review meetings. Okay, these are symptoms. In that, first one is protracted integration and late design breakage. See, in this, for a typical development project that used a waterfall model management process, see in the figure you can see the graph that is illustrating about the development progress versus time. Okay, one side it is time and one side it is development progress. Okay, in each and every phase what it is doing, how it is increasing. Okay, progress is defined as percent coded, that is demonstrated in its target form. Okay, the software was compilable and executable. It was not necessary to complete complaint nor up to the specifications. We have some common sequences that are: first one, early success via paper design and throughout the briefings, thorough briefings. Okay, that is nothing but whenever you are writing on the paper only we get the success. That is implementation is very easy. Okay, next one, commitment to code late in the life cycle. You have to be committed to the code. Next, integration nightness due to the unforeseen implementation issues and interface ambiguities. Okay, you have to see the implementation and some confusions are arising when you do this process. The next one, heavy budget and schedule pressure to get the system working. Okay, actually we have some budget and it is when you are implementing we have the heavy budget and schedule will be schedule pressure means it will be pressured on our employees. Okay, so, late shoe on of non-optimal fixes with no time for redesigning. In some cases you have to redesign the process. We doesn't have time to redesign it. Why? Because we have committed for some time to submit our project. Next one, a very fragile unmaintainable product delivered late. Okay, already it is delivered late with some errors. Okay, these you can check in the table. Here it is given by expenditures by activity for a conventional software project. In that, see here, this one is activity and beside one is cost. Activity I am taking the management is, it is bearable of 5%. Next I am taking requirements, it is bearable of 5%. Next in designing 10%, coding and unit testing 30%, integration and testing 40%, deployment 5%, environment 5%. Total we have 100%. That is nothing but whatever the activity you are taking, the management will be spending 5%. Okay, that is he is giving them right guidance. Requirements, what the requirements you are choosing will be bearing of 5%. Okay, and when you are designing it will be bearing 10%. Coding and testing 30%. Like that, your environment also takes into consideration. Environment also takes 5%. Everything, these management requirements, designing, everything are in a right manner, then our 100% success is received. If not, our project is failed. Okay, so in this, given the immature languages and technologies used in the conventional approaches, okay, while you're coding you can use some new technologies. Okay, so in that, the software design before committing it to the target programming where it was difficult to understand or change. Okay, in practice you can take multiple formats like requirements in English, preliminary designing in flow charts. You can take next detailed design in programming design languages, and implementation in the target languages such as Fortran, COBOL, C. Like that, you can take the language or error prone, labor intensive translations between the formats you can take. In these conventional techniques that are imposed in a waterfall model on the design process will result in late integration and performance showstoppers. So, in this conventional model, the entire system was designed on paper, then implemented at once. Okay, so in this conventional process, we are designing on the paper and we are implementing at once. Okay, then integrated. Only the end process of this will possible to perform the system testing. Okay, so by using this, we will be getting only 40% or more life cycle. Okay, so that is typically cost expenditure across the spectrum of the software activities. Second one we are having is late risk resolution. Late risk resolution, you are taking a serious issue associated with waterfall life cycle was the lack of early risk resolution. That is, you can't guess the risk early. Okay, so here, say in this we have some chance to guess the risk. So it was much result of waterfall life cycle is that focuses on early paper artifacts in which real design, implementation and integration will be taking the place. So in this you can guess the missing of cost, schedule, features and quality goals. Okay, the life cycle is given by this graph. See here, project life cycle and project risk exposure. In that, see here, in requirement phase, what is the risk, and in designing phase what is the risk, and integration and testing phase. In every phase we are having a risk. Okay, in this we have to check the after design concept was available to balance the understanding of the requirements. Okay, so we have to take care of these risks, and whenever you are redesigning the process. Okay, so next thing we are having is requirements driven functional decomposition. What is this requirements design? That is, the software development process has been requirements driven, in that a attempt was made to provide a requirements definition and then to implement the exactly those requirements. Okay, so this approach depends on specifying the requirements, completing and unambiguous before other development activities being. Okay, whatever the requirements you are taking should be some, it should be, have some clarity. So in that some conditions will occur, which are rare to the real world. That is, specification of the requirements is difficult and important part of the software development processing. So for example, you are taking CCPDSR technique. In that, suppose you are having 2000 shawls. What is shawl? Is a discrete requirement such as the system shall tolerate all single point hardware failures with no loss of critical capabilities. Okay, so here we are dealing with designs drivers in such system. It is having 20 to 50 shawls only. It is difficult when contractual standards require that all 12,000 shawls be defined first. So the dealt with every major milestones. In this level of engineering efforts that can be expended on the important design issues, it is significantly diluted by carrying around the excess baggage of the more than 1950 shawls and dealing with the traceability, testability, documentation, and so on. Okay, that is the process of this choosing the requirements. Okay, next we are having advertiser stakeholder relationships. In that conventional process, it will result in advertiser stakeholder relationships. That is nothing but large part because of difficulties of requirement specifications and exchanging of the information solely through paper documents that capture the engineering information in ad hoc formats. Okay, as we are writing on the paper, it is difficult. Okay, the lack of the rigorous notation results mostly in subjective reviews and obtained exchanges of the information. Okay. See, here we are having the system requirements, software components, and software units. Okay, in that, what you the main software efforts are three types. First one is the contractor prepared a draft contract deliverable document that capture an intermediate artifact and delivered it to the customer for approval. That is nothing but he is roughly preparing the document and he is sending to the customer. Second one, the customer was expected to provide the comments. The comments will be within 15 to 30 days he have to submit. Next, last one, the contractor incorporated these comments and submitted in 15 to 30 days a final version for approval. That is, he is preparing some agreements. If he is okay, the customer is okay, then he is sending again. If the contractor is having any comments with the customers, then he will be retrieving it and he is again submitting the document. Is the process. So this one short review process encouraged high levels of sensitivity on the part of the customers and contractors. So the overhead of such a paper exchange review process was intolerable. So this approach will result in customer contract relationships degenerating into manual distrust. Okay, it is not having a trust, making it difficult to achieve a balance among requirements, schedule, and cost. In this last one is focus on the documents and review meetings. What he is doing, he is focusing on the documents and review meetings. The conventional process focused on producing various documents that attempt to describe the software product, with insufficient focuses on producing tangible increments of the product themselves. Without focusing, without keeping interest, they are sending the projects. Okay, In major milestones were usually implemented meetings defined solely in terms of specific documents. So contractors were driven to produce literal tons of papers to meet milestones and demonstrate the progress to the stakeholders rather than spending their energy on tasks that would reduce the risk and produce quality software. Here they are wasting their energy on producing the papers, documents, writing documents, and meeting their milestones rather than doing the products. Okay, this will diagnose 5 symptoms of the projects. Headed for trouble can be difficult, especially in early phases of life cycle where problem with the conventional approach would have been most easily cured. Okay, these symptoms you are doing properly, then you can achieve a successful project. Thank you.